It's time to color, but first we need a sketch. So here's the sketch I'm going to be working with today, and let's jump straight into line arting. So for line arting, I use this brush called SAI ink, and I'll link in the description where you can download this amazing brush. So the line art process is pretty straightforward. I just go over my sketch. I usually start with the eyes first because they're the easiest for me. And it's also important to note that I have my stabilizer up a lot because I have shaky hands. So yeah, straightforward. I'm just going over my sketch. I go over the line art in some areas a few times just to make the lines thicker, or you can use a thicker brush, but I don't know. I wasn't thinking. But yeah, line art. Now, here's the important part. On a new layer, I'm tracing over my line art with a gray brush, which I'm later going to fill in. I would usually do this by creating a reference layer of my line art and filling it in that way. But for this piece, I have a lot of holes in my line art, so I'm doing it this way. Why? Because when you do this, you can easily see where you have white spots. Now, you could just color in your whole canvas gray, but I also do this because I like to see the general silhouette of my drawing. Strong silhouettes make strong drawings. Now I'm adding my base colors the same way I did the gray, because again, my line art layer has a lot of holes in it. Now that all my base colors are added, it's time for the fun part, the shading. On a new layer with the studio pen, I'm going over the perimeter of the skin. I'm just mapping out where the shadows are going to be. I'm not too worried about if it looks too messy because it's all going to get blended down later on. Now I'm using the sculptor brush, which can be found in the description, and I'm using a slightly bigger brush than the studio pen, because when the brush is bigger, it's easier to blend more smoothly. Now blenders in Procreate can be a little tricky, because it literally moves your strokes around. So what I do is I move in the same direction I apply the shadows with. So there's no up and down motion when I'm blending. It all goes one direction. Now I'm adding my second shadow color and I'm doing the same thing. And the same thing applies for the lips and the dress and everything, really. Now, I'm not too good with shading in clothes, but I learned that less is more. If you apply shadows to the general areas where there's most likely shadows, like under the neck, under the chest area, and a few crease lines to help communicate the pose of your character, then you're most likely in good shape. Like, for example, girlfriend is sitting, so I made sure to add some crease lines or shadow lines near her leg areas. Now it's onto the hair. I always start the hair using the airbrush. And now on my channel I have so many hair tutorials, and even one specifically for Procreate. So if you want to learn in detail how to color the hair, how I do it, check out the other videos. And here's a little bonus on how I color eyes. Again, I have another tutorial specifically on how to do eyes on my channel. And after a few minutes of polishing and cleaning up the image, it's finally done. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and if you would like to see more tutorials, please let me know in the comments which ones you guys would like to see. And I will see you again next time.